Yeah. No, look, so Season Scullery, my overall thoughts are absolutely fantastic. I am very glad that this exists. This looks really cool, and I'm quite frustrated about how much time I currently have, because I have a lot of things to do and that I want to do in so many different like realms of life and work that it's honestly just quite hard. It's quite hard to fit it all in.
Yeah.
Alongside like the raid nights and stuff in WoW. So that's mainly been my issue. Definitely not that I don't want to play it. I absolutely do. It's just really damn hard to find the time, because it looks flipping awesome. And we've also seen they had some issues with the Ashen Veil PvP. They have actually done a bit of a redesign or something like that they posted today.
No, that's a small team, right? Obviously, they probably have like remote people and different people who are in different teams are assisting, but I saw the photo they posted on Twitter or somewhere of them having like a celebration of like launching Season Discovery, and they like went for a meal somewhere, and it was a pretty fucking small team. And that has enabled them, I think, to have a level of agility that we haven't seen from anyone at Blizzard. Yeah. Outside of maybe some of Heroes of the Storm stuff where they're able to pump away, or some like the smaller Hearthstone changes early on its conception, but they have been so off the rail. Is it the John? Is it Greenfield? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Agrant. That guy is fucking carrying so hard, and I know it's likely him as like the standard bearer for the team, and the team are all doing great work. But the level of like, hey, that's a problem, I'm going to fix that. Hey, there's a problem, I'm going to talk about it and fix it now. It has been like. It feels like an indie team within Blizzard.
It is.
I mean, it is.
It kind of is.
And it is like them being able to just like have the freedom to do whatever they want, and like everything out of it has been such an astonishing move that I have to stop and wonder how it's possible out of Blizzard Entertainment. Because Blizzard Entertainment, I still in my head, Blizzard Entertainment are the fucking J. Allen Brack Blizzard Entertainment, the Mike Morhaime Blizzard Entertainment, the Blizzard Entertainment that go months without saying anything to anyone. That's the Blizzard Entertainment in my head in a bunch of times. And then I turn around and like every time I open Twitter, there's some other like post makes it to my timeline of someone going, hey, it's we're making this change in Ashenvale. Or hey, we're making this change in the rune. Like the fact that the Warlock rune was in BFD. And then they go, oh, yeah, you guys didn't really like that, and we weren't really sure. So, yeah, we'll put it out and put it some elsewhere. And everyone went, that's really cool, because I didn't really have the time to raid. I didn't want to gear up for it, but I wanted to try the new cool thing. So, thanks for giving me the new cool thing. And I'm just like, all right, I'll take that.
That sounds big. Then is Season of Discovery people get to have a patch cycle. And like, yes, there was patch cycles in Classic, but we all knew what was coming. Yeah. They're going to get new things. That's like something the Classic community's like never really had. Like it's always been a solved game, everything that, they know everything. So that's where I'm really, honestly, I'm expecting this to have a humongous impact on the game. It's what I wrote at the top of last week's WoW News. Season of Discovery, I think it's like 500 and something thousand concurrents in Twitch. Basically,
sweet baby Jesus,
its Twitch concurrency is it's half of initial Classic launch, higher than TBC, so cool. Higher than Season of Mastery, higher than Wrath, and higher than Hardcore.
Higher than Hardcore?
Yeah, Hardcore didn't have much of it. No, Hardcore didn't have much of a spike. I mean, it did have a spike, but it was nothing absolutely crazy. Yeah, like it's done that well.
I know it's done well in terms of player response.
Like no.
See it was
in terms of
skill.
In terms of bang for their buck, like ratio of results to developers, that team is doing crazy good.
Yeah, damn, that's fucking excellent.
Like Twitch. If I can just bring up some Twitch stats, I'll just bring it up on Twitch Tracker.
That's a good point, Goose, about the BNet engineer talking about the servers going down over the deployment error and literally telling us why.
That was
That was-
awesome.
that was
yeah, on our raid night, servers died. And so I was like, okay, 6:30. Why is no one in Discord? And it was that. But somebody just in the WoW team tweeted, hey, yeah, push an update. We broke WoW. Whoops, working on it.
Yeah, that was such a wild thing. Broke it too.
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. That's so good. Okay, so some World of Warcraft numbers here. Let's have a look. Was October? When did Classic Hardcore launch? Let me just get the release date. August 24th.
Is that how short ago it was?
Yeah, so Classic
Jesus
Hardcore
Christ.
spikes us up to 99k concurrence. Then we have a peak concurrency up like 340, or sorry, was it 300 something K for Race to World First? Really good concurrency in this Race to World First. And yeah, then Season of Discovery absolutely just completely nails it.
Damn. I could imagine being like Holly looking at him and just having a big fucking smile
Yeah.
and just been like, good work, keep her lit, bounce on. Because between hardcore and Season of Discovery, this is like, obviously we talk about retail, calling it retail is so weird, but it's how it's called. Like talking about Dragonflight or modern, whatever the fuck I say. Talking about Dragonflight is so interesting because everything is so good, mostly. Everything's so like solid.
Yeah, mostly.
Everything,
Then we
yeah.
get a cinematic to laugh at.
Yeah,
But yeah.
But like everything is mostly on the way up, right? And then you look over at Classic and go, they are just popping the fuck off in so many ways. And we're like, we're happy with what we have, but those guys are eating so much better. And it's not even like a, why don't we have that? It's like a, how is this possible? How is everything so good? This doesn't even make like feasible sense. I guess the thing is saying, can they sustain it though? So there's nothing about, at least that we're aware of, obviously God knows what's happening behind the curtain, but like there's nothing about hardcore Season Discovery that's inherently not sustainable.
No?
So hardcore that's an idea. That happens once. You don't have an idea like hardcore again. And it wasn't even their idea, it was obviously it was a community thing that they jumped on and officially implemented. But Season of Discovery is clearly them just kind of going, well, we're gonna have a Classic Plus. We're gonna take the thing that works and we're gonna remix it. And if you can remix it one way, in a way that actually works and matters more for gameplay, because obviously the other experiments, like Season of Mastery, didn't really work quite to the same degree.
No.
So it is just like, as long as they have the capacity for ideas and they know Season of Discovery works. So sustainable in terms of constantly hitting like bangers after banger is a bit up in the air, but there is like straight up multiple multiple cases of they have looked to what people want and have tried it and it's worked.
Yeah, like
so I think it's sustainable enough. Like
the big question. The big question is, what do they do after this? Like in my head, I really think they should increase that level cap as slow as they can. But if they maybe do it over like 4 or 5 phases. Yeah. What's next? Because I don't really think you can do this in an expansion. You
could get away with it in TBC, but maybe. But I think a lot of the point, because people are talking about like classic streamers doing okay and it being like nostalgia bit. It's not all nostalgia bit.
Because it's new.
It's
new and nostalgia.
Yeah, but I think there's enough that's actually there's enough that's happening in terms of the culture surrounding it. And some of this might be in the same way M Plus has spawned its own culture. Hardcore and Season of Discovery have spawned their own like World of Warcraft culture things, where there's people playing World of Warcraft that didn't before because of hardcore and because of Season of Discovery. And it may not be people in their like thousands or else, but there's clearly a lot of play because we've talked about Classic Plus for ages. There's clearly ways they can Classic Plus the shit out of the game, and they're willing to do that to some degree. That likely won't take the case of a new expansion, but you know, like as Nightsucker points out, like more actual new dungeons for bulk dungeon on the Ashara map. Fucking right, like they can just do that for a decent period of time and ride this out for for as long as people enjoy playing classic World of Warcraft with elements of it that are changing. And you look at Ascension and you go, well, Season of Discovery felt like they've snipped a wee bit off Ascension and went, let's try that. So what happens when they turn and go, we'll snip off a bigger bit next time? We'll try a different part. We'll try a different thing that's like community battle tested. So I'm not trying to say, they're yoinking the private server stuff. It's more they're looking at how people are playing World of Warcraft and going, well, are people playing World of Warcraft in different ways and different ideas across the same way they did with the hardcore add-on? Like, just keep picking them stuff up. Just keep going. It feels like it's inherently sustainable as long as they have the same approach they have now. Basically.
Yeah.
They are going at a pace, and if they keep that up, it's fine. It's not.
It basically
neither
means
of these
that
feel like luck.
WoW has got two strong ways to like simultaneously, independent from each other, grow, and that's big. Like WoW had more subs coming from Classic than it did from Modern whenever Classic came out.
Yeah,
that I know for a fact. So isn't that something? I'm not saying that that's what's going on right now, but I don't know. I think that there are so many people who didn't want to play Classic because they'd been there before, and they're now probably going to be, they'll be more likely to check this out.